about the responsible AI, correct? And apart
Yes.
from that, the basics about the AI and supporting like when we were talking about the AI, so what are all the supporting services that we'll be using. So as part of that, we discussed about we'll be having a ML, and apart from that NLP, then data mining, and so knowledge mining. So these are some of the concepts that we had discussed. Then we just went into more about the ML. So as part of the ML, we learned about supervised
Yeah,
machine learning.
unsupervised. Yeah.
Yeah, so supervised model and unsupervised model. So we just check the examples for supervised and unsupervised model. So when we talk
Mm.
about unsupervised model, like example is
Clustering. Mm.
clustering.
Cluster.
So there are different other models as well, but this is the main one that we can remember for the exam. And trust me, in the exam also you will be getting the basic examples. So you need to choose whether it is belongs to that particular um type or not. So
Okay.
here regression and then the
And the multi-class mm,
classification. So as part of
the
the
classification
classification, so we will be getting binary,
and multi-class.
multi-class. Okay, so these are the things that we had been discussed. So today we'll just quickly check about the basics about the ML, like simple ML model if we wanted to create. So how exactly we'll just follow. Then we'll learn about the computer vision. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Computer vision we have gone
Yes.
theoretically. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And also we didn't yeah, so today like as part of the actually I had like as part of the basic slides which are there, so I had explained you with that. I am just trying to follow from the Azure portal only, because as purely are concentrating on the certification. So
Yeah.
as per the portal when we go, so it is like if I missed anything in the beginning, so I can cover it up here now. So that is the intention.
Okay.
So here there are basically two different questions related to the ML that I had seen in the certification whenever we are going. Like one is whenever we are developing any particular model, like if you
Mm.
wanted to visualize that particular model, how exactly you are using? Is it necessary to, it is compulsory to do visualization by using the Python and the Python code or the notebook. So in the notebook, they'll be using different coding language. Is it
Okay.
compulsory, or is
Okay.
it fine that you can have your own customized code and you can try to visualize? So okay, or else you are like there are like multiple options you will get. Okay, but
Okay.
when we are using this designer model, when we are developing a model, we can use the Python and notebook as well. Okay, but to visualize the data means to represent that in the different format. So apart from that, even if I'm not very good in that, so we can try to use certain inbuilt visualizers to do that. Okay, it is not compulsory that you should write the code and you have to use it.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so after that, like whenever we are starting with any model creation, so first we are going to create a workspace. After, if I have a workspace, so if I'll be having any like if I wanted to build my own, so I can just start with there are existing models, data it is present. By using designer we can try to build our model. So once I do after once I am able to run the pipeline, so it is going to run as a job. So once I create the in the inside the jobs, I can just see all the jobs which are present, so which are all running as a pipeline. So I can try to check it here. So after that, I can try to deploy into the environment where I want my model to run. Means how where exactly if it is having a web application, so for that it can be deployed as a web application into the, either we can use the Kubernetes cluster or any instances which 90% will be using the Kubernetes clusters, or else we can even use the compute instance as well, and from there I can try to run my um, code which I
Application.
had been developed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we'll just see simple model.
One query, Mamta.
Mm, mm,
Whenever we come to machine learning studio, it's
mm.
mandatory that we have to create pipeline first and then create
No,
jobs.
it is not mandatory. See, first you can even create your compute instances whichever you want. This
Okay.
compute instances which are there, this is a space where you can add your code. You are creating a, like example, you are creating a virtual machine to run your code. It is, but
Hmm.
uh, to create a pipelines, you should have like kind of code. Then only you can, like here you can say, see, when you try to create a new pipeline, it will ask you to have the model. So if I don't have any model, so it's like I can't just create the pipeline. Okay. But if I have to run the pipeline, I should have first a defined model. But for creating the compute instances, managing those, so I can do it in the initially only.
Okay.
Can you come again your question?
Yeah, I understood about the compute that
Mm,
once the
mm,
workspace is created and we come to machine learning studio, as you mentioned, we
mm,
can create our compute machine where to deploy the model. But my question was like, uh, in order to create any model, we have to have pipeline first.
mm.
Prerequisite is the pipeline, right? And then we have jobs, then we need to create jobs. Or those two are jobs and pipelines are two isolated entities all to all. You got my question. I'm still
Yeah,
confusion.
yeah. No, 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 no. Like with the jobs only, we'll create a pipeline.
Oh, okay. First,
Means as soon as my completely, if I create my the model, so it will start to run as a job. So pipeline job. Then I can create it in the form. I can set it in the form of pipelines.
okay, job first and then pipeline next.
Yes.
The hierarchy. Okay.
Mm. So I'll just show. See, it related to the creation and all, we'll be not having much in-depth question. So only the difference is like examples, the model, what exactly it will be used. Only that based you will be having the questions. That's it. Okay. So we'll
Actually,
just
somewhere one question was there. Actually, Mamta,
tell
in
me.
the Microsoft site, I was
Mm.
writing that exam that you have shown, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Practice test. In that, they asked about pipelines. They asked, and they asked about
The
job
flow
also.
is asked. The flow you
Ah,
will get it. Like how exactly, like whether, what are the stages that you will be following, having when you are developing the pipeline. That will be there.
okay,
Yeah. See here, I just listed some of the sites where exactly you can get some, uh, like
okay.
papers
This
as well. So you
papers.
can just
Okay,
go through that as well.
sure. So
Okay.
those are
So
latest, Mamta.
yeah, I'll just share this today.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So now. Mm, yeah. So first I'm just going to use certain sample data sets which are present. So here we can try to use any of the data sets which are present. Like I'll just try to take it up this um, adult census binary classification which is there. So when we wanted to do binary classification, what is the output that I can expect?
Binary means true or false, one or zero.
Mm,
Uh,
yes.
yeah,
Like
say,
yes or
yeah,
no.
true or false something. Yeah.
Yeah. So this pipeline we can set it up. So we can just add it as a binary model pipeline. So here, this contains the data. Okay. So once we have the data, the first thing that we have to do is like we have to, so we can just try to preview this data, how exactly the data is present, like what are all the components it contains. So we need to just verify for our references. Like if I'll be, because based on this data, I'm going to build my model, correct? So I can
Yeah.
see here what are all the different data sets it is present. And here we have the income prediction. So this is like their native country. This is like basic data. Based on this data, I am getting the income. So which is the label that we are going to set it up. So here, if you can just click on each column, you're getting the statistics, like calculation of that particular column data. Like here I'm getting, here I'm not getting the mean because it is not the value. So when we go here, whatever the numbers are there, right? So what is the mean of all the data that we are having? So median, min, max. You had studied this anywhere?
I think in school time,
Yes,
somewhere we
yeah.
studied. Yeah.
So like based on internal calculations only, we'll be getting this statistics value. Okay, frequency type, everything. Okay, so here once the data is there, like sometimes what happens if any unrelated data is there, like whenever we are selecting the particular data type, if I don't want that particular data set type, we can try to clean that particular data set as well if we are not requiring that one.
So cleaning means removing some columns, or
Yes.
how some
Like
columns. Okay.
maybe if I don't want certain location information, either it
Okay.
might be row or it might be a specific column if I don't want. So we can try to do clean data as well. So that will try to help me to make sure that we are going to have the required data. And sometimes if I so it will specify how to handle the values missing from the data sets. If I wanted to just add certain missing values also, we can try to add it over here.
Okay.
And yeah, so once it is done, what exactly we'll be doing, if I wanted to build a particular model, so I'll just try to split the data first before I will be developing. So in the split, what exactly we are going to do is, so like let's assume that I have 100% of the data. So with
Yeah.
this 100% of the data which I'm having, so usually we will be taking 70% of the data for the training. Means uh, whatever the model that I'm going to use, based on that model, to prepare the data set, how exactly it should return me the output. Okay. And other point, I mean 30% of the data we'll try to use for the testing purpose. Okay. Like whether means it's like if 30% of the data is having properly as expected, so I can get the output based on this. Okay, in that way we'll be getting, we are trying to predict, that means whenever we are just training the model, we'll use that 70% data. So whatever the 70% data is there, so we'll just take that another 30% of the data, we'll test it for that 30% data. When I give it as an input, whether this train based on the data which we had trained, I'm able to expect the predicted value or not. In that way we can get it.
Okay. Testing will happen only with that 30% data, and that
Yes,
70% data will
used for the training model.
use for the training. Okay.
Yeah, so here you can see, when we see here, so parameters, if you double click here, here fraction of rows in the first output data set. Okay, here it is using 0.5%. Okay, if I do, and also here the randomized split is happening. Okay, whether the rows should be randomly selected or not. So what exactly I wanted to do is, I wanted to pick for training 0.7%. Okay, so here I can try to save it.
Okay.
And also, like as we are just doing this with my particular data sets which we had been created, like whatever the data that had been configured, right? So that one, so here you can see this one. What I wanted to do is, so once we are done with the changes, we have to make it auto save, or else, like if I refresh page, this whatever the design that we are going, that will go off. Okay.
Yeah.
So now what I wanted to do is, whatever the stage, if I wanted to run it as a pipeline, so we should have certain compute space. Like I should have some space where exactly I can try to create and I can try to run it. So for that, I can try to make sure that I can create a instances.
Okay.
So here I can create a compute instances, test VM demo. So we'll use all the options which are present for the compute space, like we can try to use. So I don't want memory optimized. So usually higher version only it is required. Like general purpose, very less it is used when we are using the ML models and all. For ML models only, the memory optimized which are there and also related to the performance optimized, those kind of the compute space will be using it. So with that, we can try to have all the basic configurations which are present for my VM instance that we are creating, and we can try to create the VM first.
Okay.
Yeah. So now I just wanted to go to this binary model pipeline which I had created. So it is not split. Where is split? Yeah. Now I can see the split over here. I wanted to validate this model. So here I'm trying to submit this model and I'll try to verify whether my model is going to run as expected or not. So for that reason, so I have to choose what is a basic experiment that I'm trying to do it.
Okay.
So this is the pipeline job that we are going to set it up here. So job display name means once we design that whatever, so we are going to set up the pipeline job which I wanted to create. So I can have the next data. So inputs I need to provide. So if I don't have inputs, so I'm fine. I can go to the next. So here I had created the computer instance. So I can try to choose it. Default component. We had created the instance. Yeah, why we are getting here error is like we should say we have data setting. We have split data, but which data it has to split? We are not specified, right? So we need to just connect both the elements. Okay,
Okay.
so now I need to, if I need to submit, so I need to choose the instance which I wanted to choose it. It is not choosing.
Compute, default compute.
It is still creating.
Yeah, it's taking some time. Compute clusters, yeah, Kubernetes clusters. Oh. So we can directly deploy the model to Kubernetes cluster itself.
Yes.
Okay. But the model needs to be converted into a container, right, Mamata, when we deploy to Kubernetes? Normally, in
Yes.
general, I'm
Yeah,
asking.
yeah, yeah.
Or the system automatically does that, or we have to do manually that one,
I
containerize it.
think we can even do that here inside when we are creating the pipelines, right? So we can even do that. So now my compute instance is ready. So we can just try to me let this come. But it is not showing the job. Okay, it is having one more. I just wanted.
Okay.
Okay. So once the review and submit is done, so it will start running the pipeline job which we are going to create it.
Okay.
So let it run. So it's like usually it is better to set it up at the beginning. When we run it, if there are any, like if we are doing any kind of a mistakes or something, so we'll just easily get it identified. Like we can try to resolve those. In the back end, it will just start doing the configurations that we had been done. So here
Okay.
we can just try to. So here we can start checking all the jobs that we had been created. So these are running. So if I wanted to just stop it, we can try to stop that. So
Okay.
here, this is the pipeline that we had been configured. Means when we are running the particular ML, so we are going to configure that particular, it is going to, whatever the here, it is not running on the machine where I wanted to expose to the outside. So here, whenever we are just designing certain model, like we are just wanted to run it as a pipeline and we need to verify it during the training place only. So for that, we are trying to create this job and run it using the pipeline. Run as a pipeline, job pipeline.
Okay. Now, since the job is running, the
Mm.
pipeline is running. So what
Mm.
exactly it is training the model with the 30% data?
See, here we are not trained anything. We just created a job, okay, which is
Yes.
running as a pipeline. That's it. We have not trained. And here also, when we do split, we have a data. So we
Ah,
just split that data. That's it.
yes. Yeah. Okay.
Apart from that, we are not trained anything.
Train.
So if I wanted to train, like we should use the model that we had been discussed, right? Okay. So if I wanted to start doing, so there is a option called training model.
Training model. Okay.
So here I need to use this train model. So what
Okay.
exactly it will do? Trains a classification or regression model in a supervised model. This one. So here, if I wanted to use the cluster, so I should use train clustering model. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Based on my requirement, whatever the model that I wanted to use, I need to use it. And here, what exactly I should do is I'm going to train a model with the means whatever the 70% of the data that we had been used, right? So whatever the data split that we have used, so based on that, I wanted to train it.
Okay.
So I can delete data frame factory, data. So this is the untrained model. This is the data set need to be connected. So this is the untrained model directory which it is present. So I need to 1 minute. So here for the to train the data, so with the data set factory, I'm trying to connect it. And to train the model, I need to specify which type of a data, how exactly I wanted to train. So for that, I should use so the classic model which it is present. So I can use the classic logistic regression model. So here creates a two class logistic regression model. It is like like whatever the regression model that we had discussed, right? So it will try to help me to train in that way. So this will in the back end, it will apply the logic and it will train model in the form of like whatever the supervised model that I want. So in that way, it will try to train it.
Okay.
So here I need to define, so which are all the columns that I wanted to train. So whatever the column names are present, so I can try to add it over here.
Okay.
So I'm going to, I did the autosave, right? It will be there. So to train it, first thing I should know what are all the data columns are there. So I
Okay.
can take age and education column names.
Okay.
So here, see it is asking input a single name. So I'm going to save it. Yeah. So this is the trained model which we'll be getting. So once our model is trained, so later I need to just score the model which we are getting. Score in the sense like I'll just show you. So here it will write the uh, predictions, like whatever the data set that we are taking, right? So we'll just take certain data sets which we had been given. So based on the trained model which is present, it will try to predict it. So let me just quickly show you. So here it is expecting trained model and it is expecting data to train the model. So here, so based on the trained model, so I need to connect it first. Okay. And whatever the data set that we wanted to predict that output, so I need to connect from that as well. So with this, it will help me to get the score of my model which we are going to create. So we can try to check the score that it is going to, means prediction, how much exactly that it is going to predict also, we can try to check it.
Okay. So that will be ranging, that prediction is ranging from 0 to 1, right, Mamta? Or
Yes, in that way only it will ranges 0, 1. Like for how many values? It will take 30, whatever the 30% data that we are using, right?
yeah.
So for testing, so for in that data, it will take different inputs and it will say by whether we can try to get the expected output or not. So yeah, like I can even see how exactly it is going to give me the prediction as well.
Okay.
Okay, okay. So once we have done the score, then we can try to evaluate the model. I think this we had discussed during the slides, right? Whatever the
Ye-
slides that we had used, these
Yes.
terminologies.
Actually, you have taken to this studio also one time, but on
But
that
we
day
have
some
not,
problem. Yeah.
yeah, we have not completed this.
Yeah.
So we need to evaluate the model. So when we are trying to evaluate this particular model, so what exactly it will try to do is, so it will help me to get the results. Whatever the results are there, so it will give me with the, it will try to evaluate in the by using certain metrics which are present. Means whether my model is working, is able to predict as our expectations or not. So we can try to get it.
Okay.
So where is my model? We are in the middle, right?
Yeah. The right side. Yeah.
Let me. Okay, so now we can try to use the. So with that, last one is we need to evaluate the model.
Okay. So with that 30% of data, this model will be tested,
Mm.
and
Whatever the
the
score that we'll be getting, so again it will check it. So whatever the results that we got, that score and the prediction we got, so whether it is as expected or not, how much percent it is giving the expected output. Example, like when it is predicting, so maybe the prediction percentage is 60%, correct? How much
yeah.
percentage it is predicting properly? So that results will be evaluated by using the evaluate model. So this is not the
Okay.
one. And I need to give for this evaluate model the input as the score data set, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the things that we have to give to my, means this is kind of, so we are going to train by using classic editor, then we are going to score that particular model, then based on that we are going to evaluate it. So once it is done, so our pipeline looks good, so we can try to submit and um, publish now. So if I wanted to submit it, first we are going to evaluate it whether it is looks good or not. So then we will try to, as it is already submitted as a pipeline, right? So it is running as the job which we had been created. So here we can try to check whether it is as expected or not. So it is, I have to submit
I
it.
think we need to rerun
No,
since
no.
we have made changes. I
Yeah.
think.
Yes, we need to again submit it. Yeah. So here I have everything. So up, so yeah, this is the one I was searching. So we'll get the score as well. How much score that we are getting.
Do we get such thing like after the train model, we have to have this score model, and then we need to have the evaluation like that steps they might ask.
As per my knowledge, they
Samantha,
won't ask you.
they won't ask. Okay.
But this is like, this is like one of the simple way that you can do, right? So but apart from that, when you are developing your own, so you need to follow these steps, like you need to evaluate. Without evaluation, how exactly you can conclude that okay, your model is giving as expected?
Okay.
So here we can try to select the, already we created the job, right? So
Yeah.
which how experiment which I wanted to run, so we can try to select it and run it. So here we are going to use the same compute power. So now we just submitted a pipeline job that we had been set up. So now we can try to see here which is running.
Okay.
So if I wanted to resubmit from here, and if I wanted to like when we are creating a job as well, so if I wanted to create by taking any already existing job, okay, during that time we can try to create it here. So this is like, we can just, we can start training from here as well. So start configuring the job. This is the job that we can create it from here as well.
Okay.
So now this is the one which is running. Yeah. So once the pipeline is created, so whatever the pipeline that we had been set it up, right? So we need to, it got failed. Pipeline has failed child jobs, failed nodes, train model. For more details and blogs. Okay. Yeah. So let me just. So after this, once we set up the pipeline, right? So we need to create the inferencing. We need to do the inferencing. Okay. So I'll just tell you what is it, what happened with this.
Okay. Uh, Inferencing, yesterday I read. So the new, when we pass the parameters, it returns the unknown labels and based on the features, the value of labels it will return.
Sorry, come again for what you read.
For inferencing,
Huh,
so
huh,
the inferencing will return the labels
uh-huh.
based on the features. I
That
mean,
we have given.
uh,
So that it is different.
okay.
Okay. So here, give me 1 second. I'm getting a call.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're fine to extend the class, right?
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you can just manage 30
Yeah.
minutes. Yeah. Because I just wanted to finish that computer vision basic concepts from the slides which we had been prepared. Yeah, and
Okay.
this also I just wanted to complete it.
So how much time,
It
Mamta?
may
You
take
said
it may take another 30 minutes.
that's fine.
Yeah. So here what are all the pipelines that we'll be using, right? So by using these pipelines, we can try to run single model which we had been created, or else we can try to use this pipeline to create the multiple models at a time as well. So in that way we can try to set it up. Okay. So when we
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, so when we try to create the pipeline and run, so it will use the compute space that we had been created. Then it is going to create a job which we are going to as an see, each time when we are trying to run, so it is going to create as a different jobs that we want. It is not like the order, so all are interdependent.
Okay.
So now again it got failed. So we had provided the column name.
And there are some one more that select columns from data set that we need to add. Mamta, I don't know. I'm just
Where exactly?
after adding census data set. After that, do we need to add such select columns? Um, some type transformation type something.
Yeah, let
Not
me
sure.
just go to that. So it is running. Why it is failing? Okay, okay,
Pipeline
train.
has failed.
Yeah, where exactly you're telling?
In the pipeline itself, after adding the data set, next after adding data set, another what I can say that module, that module to select columns. So it is
This one?
already okay. No, no, select columns from data set. Some one more module will come right in the. Well,
Search
I'm not
bar, you
sure.
are asking?
Yeah, yeah, here.
Here data. No, here, no dot. Here we'll be not having any asset. Here, like if we can, like if I wanted to build and use that particular pre-built data set, right? So
Yeah.
that we can try to like create my own data set and add it here. These are like existing, we can try to use it.
Okay.
Okay. So here it is saying it is running, yeah, binary component. So here it is failing. Why it is failing here? The pipeline has failed to child jobs. Okay. So this some. Okay. So let it be there. So as part of these slides, when we go, so this is the basic flow for doing the designer and then setting up the job. So if I wanted to set up, means a particular pipeline, if I wanted to run, so I supposed to create some simple space like instances like virtual machine where exactly I wanted to run. So first I need to train a model. So while training, so whichever the model that I want, so I can try to choose it, and after that I can try to go train and score that particular model which we are having. So with that, we
Okay.
can try to run it as a pipeline. So I'll just check this issue, uh,
Okay.
why
Okay.
exactly it is failing, and I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay.
So what exactly I'll do is for other models which we are going to create, right? I'll create a classification and then a regression model, and then for the clustering, I'll try to create a snapshots and then I'll share with you. So you can try to build as such.
Okay. Uh,
So with that, you can try to cover, you will get an idea. And one more link I'll try to provide you. So there you can try to go through about the models. Like if you can understand AI, Azure AI. OpenAI is different. I'll just share you that link as well. It will give you the clear
okay.
picture about the ML models. What are all the ML models are there? So quickly, I'll just give you. Wait.
Okay.
Means if you go through that particular link, okay, learn, like you can machine learning algorithms which are available. So machine. Sometimes when you start learning different types of the
Mm,
more sites, when you start referring, it will get confused.
okay.
Means you, it may even get confused with you. So that
Okay.
is the reason you whatever you had learned, just stick on to that and make sure that with that particular concept knowledge is sufficient for you to uh, answer or not. This is the one. So here you can just get certain algorithms which we'll be using. So if you can go through, they had been added. the ML techniques: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning. Here, like, we'll be not having any kind of the it's like whatever the experience that we are going to get. Based on that, it is to learn and provide us the results. Means, so learning you means it is like learn from the outcomes and then decide what action it has to take next. As such, it is kind of very advanced technique which we are going to use it. Okay, so then you can just get certain idea like here. So these are like data representation, how happens in the linear regression. So this is just a logistic regression. So these are all, yesterday it was part of the slides as well. Means whatever k means also you ask, right? K nearest. This is also one of the algorithm which it is used. It stores all the available data points and then classify using the different groups. So clustering, when we discussed, this was one of the form, right? We'll be using
Yeah.
while
K mean.
grouping. Yeah,
K,
k mean,
K.
we discuss, correct. This is like different. Yeah, here it is. So it will just group, classify data into clusters. It's like number of n k here represent number of clusters, different clusters it will divide. So here almost, even if you can see, this is also gradient boosting algorithm. It also kind of like grouped first data into different, then it is trying to make it in the form of tree, the data segregation. Here also it has segregated into different features and then it is dividing.
So these are three are clustered, three and the above one K nearest something. Yeah.
It means
These are
they
all
are based on the clustering only, they'll be decide, I
clustering
mean
only.
clustering only, they'll be creating the data groups. Okay, just once you go through that, okay, classification, and what I'll suggest you is, uh, see, you will get kind of ML related, you will get hardly 20% like that. Okay, just make your own copy. What exactly it is, few examples, that is more than enough for you. This is just for your knowledge, I'm just telling, so you, even you can be more confident on that. But by listening, means by seeing all these things, don't get confused with the basic ones.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, ಚಿನ್ನಮ್ಮ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಕ್ಕ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಕ್ಕನ ಜೊತೆಲಿರು. ನಾ ಬಂದು ಕಾಲ್ ಎತ್ತುತ್ತೀನಿ, ಓಕೆನಮ್ಮ? ಅಕ್ಕನ ಜೊತೆ ಇರ್ತೀಯಾ ಹೇಗೆ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ತೀಯಾ? ಹುಷಾರು. Yeah, so we'll just start with the computer vision. So we just discussed the basics about the computer vision. So we know that when we talk about the computer vision, so it is all like we are going to take us whatever the image, visually available things are there. Like we can talk about the cameras, our images, our videos which we are going to capture. So from any source, okay. So we are just trying to uh, like define that in the means trying to classify that in the form that we want. We are trying to analyze that particular images and extract the information that I want. Certain times when I just use this computer vision, so AI one, so to do the computer vision, like to analyze the image, so I wanted to get the person information, sometimes I wanted to get the place information, sometimes I just wanted to check the emotions of the person, so I just wanted to check the surrounding different multiple objects which are present, and I wanted to get certain data from that particular images. So for that, to extract these kind of a data from the images which we'll be getting, so we'll be using the computer vision. So this is also, so AI will provide, this is one of the service that we'll be getting the from the AI which we are going to use it. And also when we talk about here, so here by using AI models which are there, so custom machine learning models, we can develop our own uh, model as well, ML model as well, how to predict the image. Okay, mean, so whenever I wanted to use like let's assume that you wanted to do certain POC. During that time, you wanted to implement certain new form of a model in your organization, which has to predict certain data from your image that you're going to submit. So this is kind of where exactly you're going to do build your own model. You can do, or else you can use a service which it is available. So when we use a service which we already available is comes under the platform as a service. Like we can just it's not completely service. Whatever the service it is present, so we can try to use that platform and we can try to customize that particular model based on our requirement. Okay, so in the both the way we can try to use this Azure computer vision related services in the Microsoft. Okay,
Okay.
so here, like whenever we'll be using this computer vision, it will try to analyze and manipulate. So basically, numeric pixel values and the which are present in the images. Like, see how exactly this calculation is being done. Like where exact their position, their facial position, or whether the image which you are searching is matching with or not. So for that prediction to be done in the back end, they'll be calculating based on the pixel values which are generating. This is the main how exactly they are able to predict the image that we are going to submit it. Okay,
Okay.
so when we'll use any ML Azure service to predict the image, so basically we can try to use in four different kind of a services. Okay, so basically when I'll be using the image related, I can do image classification, object detection, and automated image tagging, then optical character recognition.
Yeah.
So what is image classification?
Uh, so it identifies whether it's a car
Mm. Means
classification.
when multiple images are there, it will try to classify the images,
Segregate.
the different types of the images which are present. So
Yeah.
what is
Cars
meant by,
separately, animals
yes,
separately.
yes, exactly. So what is meant by object detection?
Object detection is that it make square box on the
Yes.
object, and then it identifies
Means
location
it will
also.
just try to, yes, it will try to find out like what are whatever the object that I am expecting, so whether it is present or not, and what are the different types of the objects are present, it will try to get it, and it will try to mask based on the different types of the objects which are present as well.
Okay, but that one object
Mask,
detection mask won't happen, right?
mask is sorry, mask is not there with the object
Mhm.
detection. And then automated image tagging, like which type of image it is, like whenever after doing the, it is like extension of the classification. So once the images are classified, it even tags what exactly we are just searching, whether it is a kind of the type of heat is, like when I wanted to when I stored, okay, based on the person, wall, like that, whatever I am trying to identify, whatever the names that had been given based on the like inside the image analysis, how I am doing. So for a particular image, what is the tag that I want, so how exactly I'm storing the value, based on that I should get the tagging as well. So this is also one of the service. Then optical character recognition, like recognizing the values which are present in the specific image
Yeah,
to
scan
extract the
images.
data which is present in the image. So these are the different scenarios where exactly we can use the computer vision. Okay,
Okay. Mm.
so then like this is like what exactly we are talking now, yes, like how exactly inside the whenever we are just doing the uh, if you are saying like, okay, computer vision I know already we discussed, right? Okay, but inside in the back end, how the calculation it is going to happen to specify the image. Okay, if we take a simple one, so it is going to, it is like, let's assume there is a particular image. Okay, so it is going to get the data which is present. So in here it is going to represent so different colors. Okay, here it is a different color. So to identify, to segregate those, we are going to store the data in the form of matrix. Okay, this is in the form of numerical pixel, like where and all we'll be having 255 core. So you should take me into the white. It might
Okay.
be a dot. Okay, in the prediction, in actual prediction it might be white will represent a small dot.
Okay.
Like all this will become a box, right? So
Yes.
small dots, so like that, to represent each, that we are going to have a certain value. Okay, so by using these kind of a calculation, so we are going to, so here we are going to represent the pixel value as a compute image. So here we have 7 columns and 7 rows. Okay,
Okay.
so it is 7 into 7 pixel image which we are having. So the resolution, image resolution, so based on the image resolution, so to represent that particular color, so we had stored in a different data inside that. So by using this we are going to get the different shades of for a particular image which we are going to use it. So this is
Okay.
like simple, how it might be you how it might be stored, the calculated the image vision service, how exactly works, based on what exactly it will work. So this
Okay.
is for the, as a single dimension it is represented. So when we'll be having so multiple colors, if I wanted to store, so we can just try to, here I just taken color combination is different, so I can just store it in this way as well, and we can try to get the data in the form which I want it as well. So this is not the right image. Okay,
Mm.
so here
Okay.
whatever the colors ranging that we had been provided, so we'll be getting as per the value. But if it is like, if it is having blue, okay, green and red we are having. So if you can see, whenever these representations are not here. Okay, so this
Okay.
image, when I will be like I can say, uh, this is one of the image representation which is there. So when I am trying to search, if it is matches, then I'll be getting the data as per I'm requesting. Okay, means it will
Okay.
try to represent the different data, and then it will give me the value. So here it is saying the purple squares are represented by the different combinations of the data which we are having. So if I'll be having red, green as 0 and then blue as 255. So this is like combinations how I can try to get it. See, yeah, this is the basic data we'll be having, right? So basic colors we'll store it as like 1 or 2 colors. You know how exactly color printing, digital printing will happen. So you will get hundreds of the colors outside. Okay,
Okay.
but when you get the hundred, if you have to get the hundreds of the color, so to the printer they will be having only 4 colors. So
Okay.
only with 4 basic colors you can prepare thousands of the colors. Okay, so for that internally they'll be using the logic actually. So like with specific image, when I submit it, how exactly it should pick the data. So it is in a small dots. Okay, like example, if I wanted to make a purple color, so I have only the, I have only the red, green and blue. So it is going to take, if I wanted to prepare a magenta and yellow, it will take the combination of the data and it will just try to add it up in the form of a specific array, whatever the data array. It's like this range. Okay, so based on this format, when it is added, so I'll get this color which I require. Like I can get it as the purple and the yellow color. So in that way,
Okay.
it will forms the color combinations which I want based on the like which combination I want. So we no need to go in depth, but just an idea with a single code. So it will try to have the multiple data formats.
Okay.
So we can even when certain images, we can use the image filtering as well. So in the olden days, like like whenever we are using image filters, right? So it will, there are different types of the filter techniques which are there. So in this image which we can see, it is one of the technique which will help us to just after filtering. Hmm? ಏನಮ್ಮ ಬಿಸಿ ನೀರು ಬೇಕಾ ಅಕ್ಕನ ಕೆಲವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಹುಷಾರ್. So whenever we are just filtering, here it will try to highlight the edges one, correct? So
Okay.
for that they are using one kind of a filtering that is called as the convolution filtering. So like that there are different filters, but see, just to filter the image in the specific format, we can just use the phone and we can try to apply the different types of the filtering. But how exactly the AI will differ is, it can even like whenever we are just trying to store certain images, it should able to identify it when it can, whenever if I wanted to apply filters, even if we are having filters, if I wanted to identify certain images, so we can try to do that as well. And we can, whenever we are just certain types, we have to have these techniques inside as well, because when I wanted to find out certain images, it is required to identify whether after applying the filter, is it the exact image that I am identifying or not. So that is all, like how exactly you are going to set your data. Means when we are preparing the data for any ML model, so if I wanted to predict whether whatever the image that I am if whatever the image that I am searching is an apple or not. Okay, so you can have thousand different types of the images of the apple. And because when you want more prediction, more accurate prediction for any type of an object, so you should store the data also in the same format. Okay.
Okay. So again, is this 1,000 images our Apple object will be matched and then it will return
Mm.
the
Yes,
filters
it
the.
is a
Okay.
image apple that you are searching. As such, it will try to identify the objects that we are looking for.
Okay.
Okay, so as part of the ML learning, so it's like when we use this particular ML learning, so inside the, when we are using this ML learning, it will sorry, machine learning, as part of the computer vision, it will inside use a certain technologies, okay, to identify the images, to predict the images, or to help us with the tagging, and to help us to identify the uh, optical character recognition. Means inside that they will be using the language encoding, and they're also using the image encoding. So by using this, they are trying to give me the all the different services that I want based on the image that I am going to use it. Okay, so to have this particular services in the backend, there are multiple ways that we are going to build multiple concepts and our services that will be using it. So in that, one of the service that we'll be using is the convolutional neural networks. So here, what exactly the neural networks, how exactly the networks here we'll be using is, so it will help, we'll be using this as a filters, okay, to
Okay.
extract the numeric feature maps of the images that we'll be submitting, and those will be given into the deep learning models which we are using. So that will generate a label prediction, like example, so which type of a image that I'm trying to use it, whether it is as expected or not. So that I'll be using image and then the label for that image. So internally, so it will get in the form of image pixel, and whatever the data that of that image that we had been received, that is submitted to the deep learning, and then it is going to analyze, okay, whether it is actual generated particular value or not, then it is try to predict, okay, it is the exactly the image that I am looking, as such we'll try to get it. Okay, so
Okay.
it's like kind of one of the service which we'll be using. Okay. At this point of time, if you can remember, This is as one of the technique that we'll be using to using behind the computer vision. That is more than enough. Okay.
Okay.
So here, so when we are using the image classification, uh, if I wanted to do, how exactly it will do. Okay. So what first they'll do is some image with noun labels. So example, so we are going to have the certain labels. Okay. So one is going to represent apple, zero is going to represent apple, and one is going to represent banana, and two is going to represent the orange. Means this is the outcome that we are expecting, right?
Yeah.
So these are the known labels that we are having. Okay. So these are fed into the network to train the model that I wanted. So once I just whatever the input that we had been given, so it will create one or more layers of filters is used to extract features from each image as it is fed through the network. Means they'll create these images, okay, and based on that they'll apply the filter to get more clarity on the values that they are going to get. So after that, they'll whatever the like multiple filters of the images they'll be creating, right? So they'll try to map with the exact image or not, like whether particular whatever the images that they'll got single dimensional array of feature values which they'll be getting, like what are the values individually that can represent with the each. Okay. Then these values which will be generated, so they will be connect provided in the neural network. So means it will try to map whatever the way that we'll be getting, what are the different combination that we'll be getting, it will try to map it.
Okay.
Okay. So with that we can just, so the output layer is always whatever the results that we'll be expecting, whatever the predicted value that we'll be getting. So this is kind of
Okay.
a process, like in the back end actually how exactly it's going to be happen.
Okay.
So by using this is one of the CNN is the one of the concept that we'll be using. Apart from that, we'll be using transformers and the multimodals as well. So this is also kind of a whatever we'll say transformers, right? So that is nothing but okay. So NLP only. Okay. So this is kind of
Mhm.
we'll try to use to convert based on the type of image that we'll be getting, based on the values that we are going to get, so into the different language encoding. So with this language encoding, so we'll try to get it as the form of different taggings for the particular images that we'll be using. So this is what used when we wanted to develop the article character recognition, right? So it not only gives me the image data, it gives me the text which is present in the image. Correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the same way, this is one of the example. Like if I'll be having the particular uh, data format, so it is try to store it in a specific code for a specific um, the words which we are going to use it.
Okay.
So this is like multi-model models, like so where exactly we'll be having as part of the transformers, like we can whenever we are doing image processing, so we'll be using language encoder as well, so image encoder as well. So by using that, so we'll be getting the, we can even segregate, so based on the language encoding, so what type of image, so we are able to segregate it and get it in the form of tagging as well. Okay. So in
Mamta,
the
in the previous slide, there was a tokens that are what exactly that
where
tokens that are,
exactly?
yeah, in the previous screen actually.
Yeah, language tokens, kind of a language encoding that it will generate. Encode means yeah. So here
Okay.
uh, we'll be having data, right? So we are going to have a particular huge volumes of the data, means multiple data that we'll be storing for the calculating the specific getting whenever either we wanted to store the specific uh, wordings, kind of,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
that we are going to represent individual words with an individual token. Means even with the phrases will be having specific tokens will be generated to map that
Okay.
in the form of arrays, vector
Oh,
embedding. So they'll be using, these are all technologies which we'll be using when we'll be using the NLP in our whenever we are
vision.
using any. Yes, so this is not used by vision, NLP is used by the vision. NLP inside uses this process to get the data extracted.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So under the computer vision, NLP will be there. NLP
Yes,
will be used to segregate
NLP
the.
will be used based on which type of service that you are using.
Okay.
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 We'll see that which are all the services where exactly the language coding also implemented. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, when we use multimodal, we can see we are going to train a model using large volumes of captioned images. So there will be no fixed labels, and also we are going to have the different text embeddings also for that particular models that we are going to use it as a language encoder. It's kind of when you are trying to process that particular model, if you are trying to build or if you are trying to process any of the model, so you are going to use both language encoder as well, and also the images also you are trying to process and analyze those images by using your data set.
Okay.
So here, yeah, so here Microsoft Florence model. Okay, so this is like they're saying one of the foundation model which is available. So by using this model, we can try to do all the process that I want. Like we can do image classification, object detection. We can try to do. Okay, so individual objects within the image. Here we can try to identify different objects which are present. So as part of the image classification, we can just try to classify the image that I want. Captioning for whatever the image that I got, it has to provide what type of the object it is, what type of the image it is. So and then tagging for that particular image as well. Okay, so yeah, this is captioning, this is tagging, it is saying. As part of the tagging, we have all the three. Okay, so it is saying the characteristics of the fruit. Okay, so this is one of the model, uh, Florence model. So when we use this particular model, so it is contains all the services inside it. So if we are using this as a AI model, okay, so by using this model, so we can try to have all the possible services, we can try to use it.
Okay.
So with this, see, as a AI vision service, so if I want only the vision related services, okay, that is the main, you will be getting multiple times this question. So if you wanted to use the, you can use the AI vision service, okay, in the Azure. It is one of the service which supports the computer vision in the Azure. Till now, we discussed about generally about the vision service. So in the
Yeah.
back end, what are the services that they'll be used and but when it comes to the AI vision, so it is the service, one of the service which is enabled by the Azure. So when this service is enabled, so we can try, I mean, if I wanted to, like, if I wanted to build my customizable computer vision services, so we can try to use it. So it is like, and also it provides pre-built and customizable computer vision models that are based on the Florence Foundation model. So here even I can pre-build, or else we can try to create, use the pre-built models for the computer vision, or else I can create my own customized model as well.
Okay. That are
So
based
this
on
is like
Florence.
only for the vision related softwares. If I want, I can go for this. Okay. But there is a difference between the AI vision service and kind of a AI service. So when I talk about AI vision service, this is a common question you will be getting in the multiple areas. Okay. So you will be getting AI vision service. Like we don't get any other services. Okay, so only related to the AI vision service, then I can go for that. Okay.
Okay.
If I like, if I wanted to go and if I wanted to get some service which is based on the NLP, like if I wanted to use language services, then I should not go to the AI vision service. Commonly, I should go to the Azure AI services. Under Azure AI services, I'll be getting all the Azure AI related services. Like, so I can get Azure AI language, Azure AI custom vision, Azure AI translator. Okay, like that, I'll be getting multiple AI services as a single unit. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So here only, if you wanted to create multiple services, you're here only you will get the endpoint, key endpoint. By using that endpoint, you can try to create multiple services.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So related to the Azure AI Vision. Okay, so it will analyze images with the Azure Vision services. Okay, so it will basically use, we can try to build. Okay, so optical character recognition, and it can try to capture the captions for the images. Okay, so it will try to uh, detect thousands of the different objects in the image, and also tagging. So basically, it will do OCR, and then image classification, object detection, and tagging. These are the four basic services task it will be provided. So we'll go to the AI Vision service. AI Vision Studio we can go. So we know optical character recognition, right? So whatever, like here you can see. So if I provide this image, it should extract data and it should give me in this format. So from the images, it will try to extract all the text which is present. It will try to provide me the output. Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
So describing an image with captions. Here, it whenever I can say provide this image, it can describe this image. Okay, so it is like jumping on a stake board. Okay, skateboard. So it is like it should identify this object, this one, what exactly they are doing, what is the process that they are doing. So it should able to give me the output.
Okay.
So then detecting common objects in the image. So as part of this service, they have around skateboard, persons. Okay, like multiple objects they'll be stored. Okay, so they will based on that particular object which is stored. So it will try to identify and try to provide me what type of image that we are using. Okay, so
Okay.
then it will try to tag the features that we are using. Like for tagging also, like skateboard. So there are multiple examples which are stored inside the model, like whether it is a person or not, and also this is score. Okay, how much confidently it can identify. So footwear, skating, board sport, like there are multiple data which is stored. So based on this data, we'll be getting the tagging for that particular images which we'll be using. So this is called whatever these tags which can be associated with the image as a metadata. Okay, this will summarize the attributes of the image and it will help us to identify along with the image which I am going to use it.
Oh,
Okay, so this one actually I heard, I just read some question. Okay, so when you get so you have to image, when you are trying to analyze the image, so which what is associated as a metadata that summarize the attributes of the images. It will be like whether you are going to have tags or the field data, like multiple objects like that you will be getting.
but for that, it is a tax. These
Yes,
tags can be associated. Yeah. Okay.
yes. So it these like they will summarize the attributes of the image. Okay, they will be associated with the each objects that they are going to they had been stored.
Okay.
Then training custom models. So this we can try to do by using the AI vision. Okay. So then image classification. So they will predict which category, or a class of the image it is. Okay, here they can use any model to predict. Inside also they'll be using ML model for this prediction and all. Okay, so
Okay.
they'll determine type of a fruit, which is like whether it is a apple, banana, or orange. So they'll just give the caption of that particular image which are present.
Okay.
So yeah, then object detection. So in an image when multiple objects are there, so there'll be, yeah, this is important. So in the object detections, so they'll detect and classify objects in an image. Okay, and they'll give bounding box coordinates to locate each object. This is important. Based on that, you will be getting questions. So via which service you will be getting bounding box coordinates to locate the objects.
Okay.
Okay, it is object detection. So in addition to the built-in object detection capabilities in the Azure AI Vision, so we can even train my own custom object detection as well. Like I can try to use this service to predict, build my own custom vision service as well. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll just stop it here.
Yeah. And please share me this PPT
Yeah.
at least tomorrow, Mamta. I will just go through those links and
Mm,
try to learn something. I will try to spend some
sure.
time and
Can you stop recording?
yeah.
So what I'll try to do is like I'll just share these notes as well. And after that, what I just want you to do is how confident you are now, Nazim, with the concept.
I'm unable to stop recording, Mamta. Somehow
Uh,
it says stop recording only continuously.
oh, fine, no problem. So I just
Uh,
wanted to know how confident you are with the concepts that you had learned till now.
uh, yeah, actually, I have understood. I'm going through, but
So
as
what
you
I just
mentioned
want
today,
you to do, just go through the slides as well. So whatever the previous session that we have done as well. So after that, what I like tomorrow at your like half an hour before you just tell me that I'm
okay,
good to take up the test today. Okay, kind of I'll give the mock test.
yeah, sure, definitely
Means I want
tomorrow.
you
Yeah,
to like kind of you should have 30 minutes time. I want you to strictly sit and write and submit that form. So once you submit, you will get the how much you are able to get the score.
sure.
I'll prepare three complete sets. Okay. So
Okay,
tomorrow you should take it up one, and Sunday
okay.
also you should take it up one after tomorrow's class. And I wanted to check the improvisation.
Sure, sure, Mamta. I, I
Okay.
have one query, Mamta. So on the Microsoft, whatever he's shuffling and giving the questions,
Mm.
uh, what could be the percentage? I mean, minimum percentage
See,
if I
that is
get.
like 50%. If you get there around means see if you get there around 80 to 80% like that, right? See,
Okay,
one question is like they are shuffling each time. Okay, you will get you I can't promise you that you will get only those questions.
yeah, true.
You should
Okay,
you should apply your logic and you should write it in the exam. So if you are
okay.
not applying your logic, even though if you get here 100%, you are not able to clear your certification. Initially, also for me, also one guy told, after
Okay.
your preparation, if you go there, if you are able to get 100%, so you will just you will clear definitely. But when I was taking Azure admin one, I was getting 100 out of 100 in the practice one, but I couldn't able to clear in the first attempt that admin one.
Oh,
It's kind of like that is the reason I just found some other two to three sources. I'll just try to get the questions from there as well. So if you can solve from three to four sides, I feel there if you are able to getting around more than 90, so you will be more confident. Kind of complexity I'll increase it.
sure,
Okay. Yeah,
sure.
sure, Nazim, we'll
Mm,
connect back
yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you.
Thanks, thanks. Bye.